Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Inglês no Rádio. Today I am here with a special guest, Marco Antoni.
Yep.
How are you doing, Marco?
Not so good, but facing the consequence of my fall.
So a really good phrase in English, Marco, is I've been better. Do you understand that?
Yes, I think so. I feeling better, right?
Yeah, or you can also say I'm feeling better. Tipo, eu estou melhorando. Mas também pode falar I've been better.
I've been better.
Que em português não faz muito sentido. Que seria tipo, tem sentido melhor.
Okay.
But the idea is, I'm not doing that great.
Okay. Beautiful people from Inglês no Crew. I've been better. Thank you very much.
So, Marco, we wanted to have you on the show today. First, just to speak a little English. You are practicing your English, which is already beautiful. But also, we wanted to hear the story about your accident. So, what happened?
Well, I was walking, making exercise, walking on the sunny side of the street. And while the sun was very hard, I crossed the street for the shadow side.
Yeah.
And
Normally, we say the shade.
shade.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I was walking, not very fast, by the opposite, slowly walking. And then I tried to see something, tried to watch a place where they are going to build the El Corte Inglês here in Porto, Portugal. And suddenly I was in the floor. There was a little things, I don't know the name, for impeach cars to park in the calçada.
On the sidewalk?
On the sidewalk. They are very small, they are black, they are killer things. And I was completely down on the street, and I broke two fingers, and here I am recovering. That's the whole story. It's not dramatic, but
Okay, so that's a lot of information, Marco. Let me give you a couple of recommendations.
okay.
First, you said there are these little black things on the street I believe you said to impeach cars. I think you were trying to say to impede cars. So, impedir.
Isso, e de impedir carros de parar na calçada.
Right. So, in English, we have the verb to impede, but it's very formal. If someone is impeding you, that's just a very formal way to say to stop cars.
To stop cars,
Yeah.
to park in the como é que é a calçada mesmo?
Sidewalk.
Sidewalk. That's all. And
Can I say one more thing, Mark?
pardon me?
Also, just to clarify, when you say impede, I was hearing you say impeach, which is complicated because we also have impeach, like impeachment, like Dilma Rousseff impeachment, right?
Yeah.
So 3 things. We have impeach, which is to impeach a president. We have the verb to impede, which is a formal way to say stop. And then the most common way would just be to stop.
Yeah, I was translating directly from Portuguese in my head to English, and this is a mistake that we don't should do. We must speak English and make the phrase in our heads first in Portuguese and then translate to English. It's a better way, right, Foster?
Yes. So this is one of the most common mistakes that we see with all of our students, especially students that are still more or less in the beginning stages. So my recommendation is always try to think more simply because I know in your head you are thinking, tinha negócio na rua que eu estava atravessando a rua para a sombra, mas esse negócio estava me impedindo. But that is a very complicated thought. So just try to keep it simple, think in English, and say, okay, I fell in the street.
Yeah, this is the verb I was looking for. I felt, and not I fall, like I said. I felt in the street, and my recommendation for you is never leave the sunny side of the street.
That's good
Never.
advice. Always stay on the sunny side of the street. So, Marco, how was your first experience with the Portuguese hospital system,
The Portuguese?
the medical system, your trip to the
Oh, the
hospital?
medical system, it was amazing. It was a surprise. It was not 100%, it's 1000%. 2 minutes to speak with the man in the reception. 5 minutes, really 5 minutes to a doctor come to me, and then they dedicate to me the next 3-4 hours. They can pictures, X-rays,
Yeah, X-rays.
X-rays of my hand, and the doctor, Dr. Marta, was very nice, very professional, little talking and very action. Yeah, and
In English, we have a great phrase, which is maybe not a common phrase, but I would say not much talking, a lot of action.
yeah, that's it. And she said to me, "Well, you broke 2 fingers, and maybe you will have to operate." I was completely surprised. It was a bad news, not fake news, bad news.
Yeah, this was not fake news, but I was also very surprised. Just to give a little context, I already saw your hand, I felt your fingers, and I said, Marco, it's not broken. There's nothing you can do. And then Alexia was like, bye, we're going to the hospital. And I was thinking, okay, great. But then they were broken.
Yes, they worked very well. It was a nurse. There was a nurse, very nice. She explained me everything.
She
And,
explained to me. In English,
explained
we
to
always
me.
explain things to people.
Okay, she explained to me exactly what was happening, and then Dr. Marta make gesso fóssil. I don't know how
A cast.
Ca-
Cast. C-A-S-T.
cast.
Cast. Yeah, so it's the same word like elenco, like the cast of a movie is also a cast
Okay.
for your arm.
A cast to my arm, very heavy, and she said, "Come back here in 1 week. Come to see directly to me, and we'll see if this is work." And I think it will be not necessary the operation.
I hope not.
She said, "Yeah, it will be not perfect. Your hand will be not perfect as I wanted, but you can recover in the movement of your hand, etc., etc." And then when I go away, I kiss the nurse. Thank you very much. Yeah, and I came out of the hospital, and nobody said to me, "You have to pay something." Nothing, absolutely free. And this is for 10,000 million Portuguese.
10,000 million?
10,000 million.
A gente não fala isso.
Não.
A gente fala... o que você quer falar?
Eu quero falar que toda a população portuguesa tem direito
Mas quantos são?
10 milhões.
Yeah, 10 million.
10 million people who live in Portugal.
10,000 million
10,000 million.
would be 10 billion in English. So we just say 10 million.
10 million. They have a free. It's not absolutely free. You pay maybe sometimes and 10 euros, 5 euros, 15 euros. It's amazing, of course. They have problems. There is no money enough to make everything.
There's
keep.
not enough money.
That's not enough money. But the hospital was clean, iluminado,
Yeah, I would say there was good lighting.
good lighting. The doctors very competent,
Professional, yeah.
professional. Yeah. I was very, very impressionado.
Impressed?
Impressed. It was amazing. It was, and with a touch of humanity, Alexia was very upset with me, and then yeah, and then she texted me all the time, many times, and so the nurse that I kissed later said to me, "Your daughter is around." Yeah, okay, I'm gonna look for her, and then Alexia appears in front of my eyes like a miracle. It was,
Every time Alexia appears, it is a miracle. Yeah.
it was very, very, very good, very good. What? Very good
Experience?
experience. Not very good because I was broken, but
It was the
yeah,
best of a bad situation.
yeah. That's it.
Cool.
So the lesson is yes, if you charge tax from people, you can give to them a very good health service.
Yeah.
Oh, it was difficult to say that.
Normally we say healthcare.
Healthcare. Okay.
Yeah, the
You have
TH
to
at the end. Great
Propose
job.
this to the people. They agree voting on you in the
Voting for you. We always vote for people in English.
What you said?
We vote for people. In Portuguese, você sempre vota em alguma pessoa, né?
Yeah. The thing is, it was a deal between the government and people. The government proposed, the people sign the contract voting or not. If they voting, they pay more taxes, much more taxes, and they have in return a very good
Healthcare system.
healthcare. I think so.
Yeah. Universal healthcare. It's our first experience with true universal healthcare, and it was pretty good.
Yeah, and in Brazil we have free healthcare, but unfortunately it was not like this.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't want to speak.
That's a much longer story, but I think today, Marco,
Okay.
how do you feel about your English?
I feel more confident. I crossing. No, I'm not going to think in Portuguese.
I
and
was
speak
going to say that sounds like Portuguese to me.
Simple. I feel more confident day by day.
Awesome. So if Marco Antonio is willing and able to speak English in front of hundreds of thousands of people that listen to Inglês no Rádio, you can too. So thanks, Marco Antonio. We will try to have you on the show again.
Yes, of course. And I want to, as I kiss the nurse, I want to send a kiss, a big kiss, to all of you, the beautiful people of Inglês no Cru.
Okay, a big friendly kiss from Marco Antonio. Thanks, guys. We will talk to you tomorrow.